We live, 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 live. Y'all, welcome to the media chat room. We are live behind the headlines. Happy Thursday. Y'all already know it is giveaway Thursday, and we had bells, we'll ring them. Yay! All right, y'all. Before we get into our giveaway, first thing first, we need to make sure that you all know when you come up in here, you need to like and share the video with everyone that you know. Then subscribe to the channel so that you can become an official Chatty Patty lover. And I promise you're going to love it here. And last but not least, make sure that you turn on your notification bell so that you know when we drop our next video or go live. Y'all, I told y'all last time I kind of set up my little setup a little differently so that y'all could see me talking, see my little profile pic, all that good jazz. All the girlies and the men's, they do it like that. So maybe people like it a little like that. I don't know. We're gonna see. Y'all let me know. I see somebody came into the chat room. Hey girl, hey boy, hey. We are live. Make sure that you hop in the comments to let me know how everything is going. Y'all, it is giveaway Thursday, so I hope y'all are ready. I forgot to check the poll before we got started, but I'll definitely do that to see if y'all wanted to double up on the prize for one winner, if y'all wanted two winners. Hopefully, some people join into the chat room today so that somebody can win these prizes, and it don't have to roll over. Okay. So, meantime, in between time, y'all, we're gonna get started with these headlines. What I decided to do, because ain't nothing too much mixing up in the headlines new. We're gonna go ahead and go through some of these old headlines that we had talked about one time or another, and just kind of give a little update as to what the situation looks like now. All right. Yeah. So first thing first, we're going to start with Tiana Taylor and Aman Sherpin. I have never had you say their last name. Now we talked about this some time ago, y'all, when it finally came out that Tiana Taylor had filed for a divorce, and originally she applied as anonymous, but the headlines, somebody ended up leaking it. She came out and they talked about how she sued him because basically he had left their home and it was unfinished because they were doing some renovations. He hadn't been helping with the kids, so she filed for child support, yada yada woo. So now it's a few months later, and the update to this story is, they're still going through the divorce. Sometimes with these celebrity divorces, and not only celebrity, but just people in general, when they have a lot of assets, it can drag out a little while because they have to go back and forth, try to negotiate, and come to terms on certain things. And in this situation, they're trying to kind of get that family dynamic established through the courts. Recently, Tiana Taylor came through and let the judge know, hey, Amon, he be having these little sleepover with these girls. I don't really know them, don't know what's going on. And basically kind of like he didn't inform me, because the way she was able to find out was because the girl who he dating, little girl was like making noise in the background. Come to find out, the girl was over with her child, and it's like, hey, whoa, hold up. We're not supposed to be having no overnight guests, or I would like to make that known. It's in the best interest of our children that nobody comes over and spend the night, because it can become confusing, right? And so that's like the little issue that they have that they need to establish. So I kind of want to know in the comment if anybody is co-parenting or have gone through some type of divorce where they needed to reestablish their family dynamics. How did that go? If you're married, and if you're newly divorced or divorced, do you think it's okay to kind of set those guidelines and perimeters around the interests of your kids, or for the interests of your kids, so that you know you can protect them as best as possible because again, he is a celebrity and sometimes, they be having a lot of people coming in and out. Yeah, they like to present like they have this tight circle or whatever, but I mean, they have business people, they have people who come into their establishment or their living quarters. They may be cleaning up or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's just sometimes a lot of people around the entourage, and in certain situations, I feel like it can be best to know, to reestablish some things so that we can know, hey, who's here on a personal level, who is expected to be permanent. Because a lot of times when people are a little promiscuous and out there, you know, even though that's their lifestyle, they sometimes bring it into their kids' lives. And sometimes that can be unstable. It can leave a whole lot of things unknown. And it can become confusing because not only do the people or the kids have to adjust to us not being together, now they have to adjust to seeing you with somebody else. Then now that you with somebody else, they got kids. So how does this all look? And then kids, they're young, they're impressionable, they have questions. So when they have those questions and you don't know what's going on that other person's end, it's hard to then explain things. So I'm very interested to know if y'all have any thoughts and opinions on this. I think that Tiana Taylor is doing the right thing because me myself, your girl is married. But if I should and would to get a divorce, it's things like this that I would ask to be implicated or implemented. I'm sorry, implemented into our agreement because being that kids are little and impressionable, you want to know as best as possible what's going on, and you want to be able to keep those lines of communication open, even if I have to meet the person, even if whatever situation and stipulations come based off of what I feel is best is what I'm gonna do. And so, right on to her, especially sometimes too, when you know a person. I mean, they were married for like 8 years, so she knows him. Plus, they both, they know how to get down because they've explained it before. They kind of, exploratory. And so, whenever you're a person like that, you know that person, and so therefore you have to proceed with caution. Baby boom. All right. So the next update we're gonna give is on Jeezy and Jeannie. Now, y'all, this was the update that I was ready to give based off of Jeannie originally. But before I got on, we got a little update on Jeezy too. So hey, two for one. Originally, I was gonna talk about, of course, Jeannie does not want their divorce to be private and sealed. That was the last thing. Well, the last thing we talked about was Jeezy filing a motion for it to become sealed. Since then, which is what we reported, Jeannie does not want to be still. And I have to agree with Jeannie. Why all of a sudden now you worried about protecting identity, protecting assets, protecting information when you blindsided me with a divorce and you didn't care nothing about it being public and publicized. You knew exactly what this would turn out to be, and you did not consider your child, your ex-wife, nobody, nada. And honestly, that's the reason why I believe and feel that Gina is coming so hard at that neck of his, because he didn't care and he did it recklessly without the thought and consideration of anyone else besides him. Yeah, he probably even thought about it. Or didn't think about it because he probably quote unquote thought, oh, nobody would be interested in knowing he's so private, blah blah blah. But that's all phony baloney because you already know based off of who you married, what kind of attention it it could have led to, in addition to him at that time doing a book, being on book tour. So he was out in the media and therefore he was reckless with his decision. So she was like, nope, judge, don't grant him the ability to sell. Let it all hang out like it's been hanging because our daughter is protected. She's going to be fine. And that also helps, for us to get some more information and insight on some of them assets he was hiding. Because y'all know that's what she said in some previous court documents where she was alleging that, hey, I did not know about some of this stuff that he did not disclose prior to us getting married. Therefore, it questions the validity of their prenup. So y'all know I be watching all the other YouTubes, so y'all don't have to, and I be watching all the headlines, so y'all don't have to. So I be dibbling in this, dibbling in that, and I especially love to watch some attorney commentary, like your girl, is that legal? Hey girl, hey. I love her commentary. Also, the lead attorney, people like that is who I watch, and so um, quiet as it's kept from girl, is that legal? She kind of explained, basically, if there was anything to the least, like any small thing that could have been hidden or not disclosed during that time that that prenup was established, it automatically voids the prenup no go, because even if it's one small account or asset, whatever it is, it has to be disclosed, because you have to know what you're saying. You're basically giving up the rights to, or you know what I'm saying? Like that's like coming to a party unprepared. Like I can't say I don't want something that I don't know exists. So therefore she have the ability to question and have that prenup thrown out, even if it's one little bitty thing, which definitely makes sense. Y'all, I'm about to have to do a quick little break. I'm gonna put the 30-second countdown on there. Give me a second. Okay, y'all, give me another little second or two because I have to plug up my computer. Okay, yeah, I am busy. All right. So sorry about that, y'all. I had to plug up my computer before it died. So that's just an interesting little tidbit, just in case nobody knew that or wanted to know. Now I told y'all before I got on here, they had an article that came out with Jeezy saying that baby, he is not asking for full custody of Monaco Boo Boo baby sugar honey. So he is saying that Jeannie, mom, and brothers take care of that little baby on a full-time basis because of the nature of her job. Therefore, he is more established and stable, and therefore wants the rights to be considered to be the full-time father, a custodial parent. In addition to him saying originally when he first told Jeannie about splitting up, he told her that he would like move in the basement or whatever. Y'all know these people, they got some money, so they're able to live in the same domicile but live separately because the houses be just that big. So he suggested basically like he moves to the basement, they can have the headquarters of the house, and therefore they'll all be able to be together. But Jeannie baby just packed up and flew right on back to California where she had her own place. And so therefore she was the one who basically broke up the family home in terms of splitting it and in terms of removing the baby from her known established environment. So he is asking the courts for full custody. Now, y'all, this could be a tactic that he has, because originally he asked for joint. So this could be a strategy so that he can ensure to get that joint. One thing that people always say when it comes to lawsuits and complaints, stuff like that, ask for the max because you're not going to get it. They're going to probably find somewhere in the middle. And although um, even if he won a lawsuit in the middle to where like they both end up getting the actual joint, then they'll both still be responsible financially and everything for the child, which they was asking for that in the joint. So as a full-time custodial parent, he probably won't get that, even though her lifestyle um, is probably non-conventional. Is not the same thing as like me as a mom. Like, yeah, if my kids need me, 9 times out of 10, I'm there every day. She is a working entertainer. Therefore, she's not always there, or she would have to literally pick her baby up, bring her with them on set, and that comes out to be or considered not stable, especially like the older your child gets. Psychologically, you're gonna probably hear that stability is gonna be the best, especially in these years, which their child is those toddler years, because they're growing and they're developing, they're learning new things pretty regularly, and if you have them on some type of routine, it can help them transition to the next stages and the next milestone. So he's saying that basically, I have that environment. I have something stable, something consistent that's not going to require me to be from city to city. It's not going to be requiring us to have a nanny. I could be that person. So y'all already know Jeannie about to come out swinging, and she gonna hit him up the side of his head like it's a baseball, because she's not gonna stand for him trying to now go after the child, which is at this time one of the most sacred things to her, because she is, a new mom that is her only child. And she's grown a level of closeness. And remember, she probably loved this child more than she ever thought, because originally she did not want kids. When they first got married, when she was in her previous marriage, she always talked about not wanting kids. Now that she have it, especially her having a lot of um issues in the past with her mom, is going to be very important for her. I'm just thinking, because I don't know Jeannie. I mean, I could call her up and be like, hey girl, hey, what you say? No, I'm just playing. But just typically that's generally how it works. A lot of times she's probably gonna be seen, and not just her, but just in general, like I said, people who have a lot of issues with their parents, they become like helicopter parents because they want to be able to do things differently, and they want to be able to make sure that they're doing things in the best interest of their child. So originally, again, she didn't even want Jesus to see the baby. He was saying that she was basically kind of like, stopping him from seeing her. She was interfering with his parenting time and his plans and stuff like that, the things that he had and wanted to do in his decisions, that she wasn't allowing it. So just imagine if she now is getting wind and understanding that he want that baby, just like she was coming for him. Now he finding those things to come after him in order to get what he want, which is the joint custody. Now, what will be interesting to see is how can they have this joint custody situation going on, being that they live in two separate states. Joint custody usually means you having 50% of the time, I having 50% of the time, and therefore, how could that be if we're in two separate states? I could see even being in the same state sometime in different cities, especially like if it's anything over an hour. Like, how does that alternating and stuff go? What does that look like? I think in this situation, they probably need to decide who's going to be the domicile parent, who's going to be basically like the quote unquote secondary parent, non custodial parent is the correct term. And that other person, they're just going to have to find some type of sacrifices, pay their child support, and then move it along. Now they have money to where it can be possible for them to stay in the same state, city, and even neighborhood if they wanted to. However, that will require a lot of sacrifices for somebody like Jeannie because, of course, her career is in LA. Jeezy, he is a lot more, out of the media. So he's not like he was back in the days when he was a rapper. So being a rapper require you to be on tour, to heavily be promoting. He's now like more entrepreneurial. So where like he probably have businesses that he oversees. Y'all know they say he own half of Atlanta or all of Atlanta because he have all these properties that he so called owns. So it can be possible for him to basically live anywhere. So maybe he could move to California and try to make things work. But again, they're filing in Georgia, so this is kind of like underneath the state of Georgia. So I don't see how that could possibly work because they are in two different states. And I don't see Jeannie compromising to that level or to that degree to where she will up and move her family from California to Atlanta on a permanent basis like that. She was gonna do it when she was married because I mean that's what you do as a married person. You make that type of sacrifice, but in order to make this sacrifice, is gonna be basically like her giving up something without the benefit. As a married person, you're benefiting from the marriage, you're benefiting from being a two-parent household, you're benefiting by having, your your love from your partner. But in this case, there's no benefit for her to bend and move and her to not have to relocate her family and her help. So we're definitely gonna be following this story to see what it's gonna look like. But y'all, buckle up because it's gonna get messy, messy, messy. All right, y'all. Moving on to Ray J and Princess Love. So on the last story that we talked about with them, it was, of course, Princess announcing for the fourth time that she was filing for a divorce. But y'all, this time when we reported, she had a new spicy love interest who was John Boyega. Now y'all know for some reason, I don't know, but I like saying his name. His name just sounds so good. It sounds so sexy. It sounds like I'm like New York or whatever, because you know how they say bodega. So John Boyega. And so they had that video of him grinding, grinding. Hey, they was grinding to when I see you, when I see you. And so Ray J, he went on the Angela Yee show and kind of was like, okay, let her move on, let her live. He ain't had no problem with it. Well, now y'all, Ray J has also filed for joint custody of their kids, and he's asking for assets to be split. Which I don't know if he's doing that in lieu of maybe spousal support, but I don't think so because the article that I read, he asked for child support to be determined based off of what he has now, because y'all know he sold his elect electronics company, and now he's developing a network which now has like shows and produce content. And so he asked for things to be considered based off of where he is now, which y'all already know when you're establishing a new company, you don't really know if it's going to go up or down. And his company is going to gain more traction the more that, of course, he builds it. He stays in the media. He's able to find content to put on there. In addition to um, um, being able to find some deals and sponsors, which is not going to be hard, but it's going to take time because I'm sure with this it takes like certain type of rollout. It takes people to really know what they're doing with him, not just it to be him. But I think I did hear that y'all, his mom is like one of the people that's on the board, and y'all know she's very business savvy. So anyway, he has asked for joint custody of their kids. They have two little kids. Epic and Melody, and they're 4 and 5 years old. So right now, based off of what Ray J last told us, he has a little boy and she has a little girl. So I don't know if during that time they kind of made the agreement to be like, hey, I'll keep her, you take him, so that it can kind of look like we're gonna be, 50-50 in this thing. It can seem like we're gonna have joint custody or whatever. But now he's definitely following through and he's making that request through the courts. Now, is that gonna be easy? I don't know, y'all, because y'all already know how they say, especially with family court, the court always is favorable to the woman. And I think that Princess Love will comply with this as long as he don't try to shade her and try to cheat her and beat her on whatever she deserves from that marriage financially. So as long as he don't try to jip her and try to be shady, hide different things or whatever, I think that she will kind of comply with what he's asking, because he's had their son for a certain amount of time and she's able to now trust him as a parent. Now, if this was years ago, she probably would be like, because y'all know Ray J had like the loose as a goose girls around him. He was kind of known as a cheater, blah, blah, blah. But he kind of seems now to be about his bag. And he is very much so trying to establish himself as a business person. And so he's carrying himself a lot differently. And him being able to take care of his son on his own, not saying that he don't have probably like help or nanny or nothing, but I'm saying like on his own without her being there, that kind of probably set a tone. And that was probably one of the conditions and the things like, okay, how about if I take him and you see how I do with him, and you see that, he's going to maintain, learning whatever he's learning, he's not going to be getting hurt. He could be around me and the people I trust, blah, blah, blah. And you can see that I'm a good dad and I'm going to be responsible with my children. So I think that that's probably some of the terms that they came up with. And again, like I said, as long as he don't try to cheat her, then she'll probably give him that, because they both live in California and Ray J has the financial means to be able to kind of live in the same neighborhood so that things could be easy and convenient for his children, so that they can go to whatever schools and daycares and stuff that they go to now. And he'll just be, kind of transitioning in and out as he builds up this business and stuff. And being that he's the CEO, he have people that's under him that's really actually working and doing it. Y'all know usually it gets a whole lot messier when women feel like they being messed over. So they do use children a lot of times as the pawns in the situation. And I think again, as long as he's able to maintain his side of the deal, they be able to come up with some terms that's going to be beneficial to both of them and not leave her out in the dust and in the dirt, then she's going to give it to him. Now, y'all, moving on to Aoki and her old sugar daddy hamburger loving boo. Or I should say pizza Italian loving boo, because y'all know he got those Italian restaurants. So we reported last time that she was seen out with him and she was talking about my man, my man, my man, baby. Like, oh, my man, I love this, I love that. And like she's a little spoiled little uh, sugar baby. And she wanted it to be known at that time she was indeed not no sugar baby. She was a girlfriend. And y'all know that is very different than a sugar baby, because a lot of times there's transactional relationships, meaning, and I say relationship loosely, relationship meaning like interaction, intercourse, things like that is more transactional. It's more like a trophy thing. Like I might go out with you, with your buddies or whatever, so that I could be like a little arm candy or whatever. But for the most part, is what's happening in the bedroom is what matters. And when everything is checked and good, then I'm getting a little smoney, smoney, smoney. Well, that wasn't her role. She was very much so a girlfriend, because in the video that I showed y'all, she was like, my boyfriend, my boyfriend, my boyfriend. Like, I mean, baby, she was working for that title. If she ain't convinced me of nothing else, she definitely convinced me that she had a boyfriend. But in her most recent video that she did when she went on live, she was like, I don't have a boyfriend, as if they're no longer together. But your girl, which is the head chatty patty, me, you know, um, I'm raising my hand if you could see me. I call it cap. BS. Foul on the play. That girl is not broken up with that man. If they are broken up, it's because she didn't handle the situation well in terms of like walking all through that man's house, showing his private living quarters to the world or something like that. Not because the world ended up finding out, because like I told y'all, he is very rich. He is very Italian. He don't care about the media knowing that he with a young tenderoni. That's probably more big ups to him. She legal, it don't matter. She where is at this point. If they broke up, which I don't believe, she came out and said that. However, no, I'm not going for it, because again, she was just too excited and eager in that video. And I believe that she don't think of it as an age thing, because it's not something that her parents focused on, and it's something that her being very sheltered and very rich, they don't think about the things that the average person thinks about, because they have a different level of access in their world. They don't have the same rules as us. Remember, we are the majority. They are the minority in terms of, like, things like this don't happen. Like, when you're looking at the amount of rich people in the world, it's a small group of them. And so they don't have to play by our rules, except for, of course, if it become, illegal or something like that. But for the most part, they make their own rules and they live as they go. And so age is not nothing that is going to be considered inappropriate, because again, look at the women that her daddy dates. He dates young women all the time. He was dating women that was damn near half his children age, damn near half his age. So that was just not a thing. And when it came to the media, she was almost like laughing at it. Like, that's why people were calling me and my phone was blowing up all day. So I think that they probably use a media strategist or some type of PR person to tell her what to say, so that it can kind of like blow over, because it didn't make the same headlines as a Robert Kells, meaning, or they say his name is like blocked on social media. So baby, I don't want my videos to be blocked. But it didn't make the same headlines as like a Bill Cosby and stuff, like with these drastically like grotesque um morals and stuff with it. Because I mean, Aoki, yeah, she's famous because her parents are famous, but she's not really famous. And this guy, he is not famous, he's just rich. So it does not make the same headlines as a Bill Cosby and like a Diddy, because she's not technically that much of a public figure. Yes, she's known. Yes, she's famous. Yes, if you say her parents, you're definitely gonna know who she is. But her herself, she's not Blue Ivy. She's not who else is like um Blanket Jackson or whatever them damn children name is, who like Michael Jackson children. She's not nobody like that. Like Russell Simmons, he was hot back in the diggity. Even Kamara, she was hot back in the diggity, but their name is not, it don't have the same weight to the world, because we are now serving a different generation. And so they're not Jay-Z and Beyonce, and therefore their kids are not popping like that. So they use somebody that knew basically on her scale and her level what to say, so that basically it'll blow over, especially with all the other news and scandals that they got going on. Being that her name is not that heavy, it wouldn't last that long. So they just told her, girl, go ahead and say that y'all broke up. or you don't have not even that y'all broke up. I'm sorry that you don't have a boyfriend, so that they basically forget about it because y'all already know news lasts for about 24, 48, 72 hours at the most, and everybody forget about it. That's another reason why I don't believe again that they're not together because she didn't say, "Oh, we broke up." She said, "I don't have a boyfriend," when clearly that other video she was saying, "My boyfriend, my boyfriend, my boyfriend." Usually, whenever you have a boyfriend, you're in a relationship. When somebody is asking about them and y'all are no longer together, you say, "We broke up," not "We don't have. I don't have a boyfriend," as if he never existed, as if he was not the person that you're talking about because y'all know in one of those videos, she kind of mistakenly showed his face. And she spilled the beans when she said he was Italian. I mean, duh. But anyway, child, let's move on. Let's go to Young Miami's. Y'all, this week, Young Miami has been in the headlines. I mean, she been dragged in because of Diddy, and she just haven't left since. So, Young Miami was in the headlines on Sunday because she was served with some papers that said that she was that she had copyright infringement. So she was being sued by your boy Charlie C. Now they was in the headlines, but Charlie C wasn't actually the person who served her, despite what the headlines say. The lawsuit was from him, but she was not served directly from him. She was served from one of his homeboys. And it happened in the state of Houston because she was at a pool party. Now, one of the girls on YouTube, shout out to you, girl. I should have had her name. I'm sorry. Next time I have it and I'll give you a shout out. She had told me, like, girl, this was dismissed already. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna check into it. So of course that I did. I checked into it, and this happened last month, meaning the lawsuit so the video that came out, it was already old, even though we had just seen it. So regardless if it was old or new, the fact that she had got served and the way she was served, it still happened. So the internet talked about it, but the lawsuit wasn't active and stuff anymore, which is why I didn't understand why she didn't say like that's old, move on. I already dealt with it because she had. So, according to some of the papers that I found online, y'all already know, girl, I don't particularly pay for all this legal stuff unless I have to. Because it gets pretty expensive, and your girl, she ain't got them coins like that, like that. Y'all got to keep watching or start donating to the channel. But y'all know I ain't trying to beg, but if I have to, I will. I'm just playing. But no, while I'm talking about that, let me go ahead and drop the banner. Just in case y'all do though. There you go. So in the complaint that he had filed, it was due to copyright infringement. And for more information on it, make sure that y'all go to the videos because I definitely do an explanation. So she basically got wrapped into the lawsuit because of Diddy. Basically, Diddy was the one who wanted to buy the rights to this trademark, which was owned by Charlie C. Because he was locked up in jail, they basically tried to cut him out, act like it didn't exist. But what ended up happening was once he filed the lawsuit, the judge was like, he needs to be able to basically appear in court. So he had put the court's note that the plaintiff, Agbad Entertainment, which is Charlie, cannot appear in court without legal counsel or whatever. So this was the actual lawsuit. Wait, this might be a wait. No, that's a wrong one. This who is Niagara Frontier. No, that's a wrong one. I don't know where that one came from. Okay, I don't know how I got the other one. Excuse me, y'all. But this was the last response on this case. This one right here that I have on the screen, where he was saying basically in response to February 23rd. But yeah, that's why. So that is right. So who is that? I don't know why it say Jones. But oh. Y'all, I'm sorry. That was right. So that he was saying he can't appear in court because of that like they was referring to that court case or whatever. So the judge was saying if the plaintiff fails to appear before counsel, appear by counsel by March the 8th, then basically the claim will be dismissed without prejudice. Um so therefore he wouldn't be able to proceed with the lawsuit. But if y'all heard the interview, like when he was talking that I played in the video, nobody wants to represent him. So it's hard at this time for him to find a lawyer for someone to take his case. Now, I told you I watched Girl, Is That Legal? She was saying that basically if somebody heard about this case and they deal with trademark infringement cases and stuff like that, that's their specialty, then they probably would have a good case. So I don't know if people didn't reach out to him or not, but he basically didn't have a lawyer. He even had found all this stuff himself. But the judge said you have to appear in court. And so he responded back to the judge saying that basically his counsel couldn't appear in court on his behalf. And therefore, he was requesting that the case be basically dismissed. So shout out to your girl who had told me that it was already dismissed and it happened last month. Because as you can see on here, that did happen March the 12th, almost a month ago. Hey, that it was actually dismissed. But remember, it is dismissed without prejudice, which means that whenever he get out of jail, he probably gonna sue because I know I think he said 3 years, and I think that had happened. Like he's already like towards the end of his sentencing. So therefore, when he get out and he's able to actually represent himself, he probably will definitely refile this lawsuit. So that's the update to this. Like basically, it was dismissed, and it's just a old. It's not an old video because it just came out, but it's an old situation. So whenever she came in and responded, I felt like she should have been like, "That's always already taken care of." They basically just wanted clout, which in my thoughts, that strategy definitely worked because it got this lawsuit to become noticeable, and it also got the guy who filed and served her to become um noticeable and get some more followers and stuff too. So it definitely worked whatever they did. But be on the lookout, Miami, because I don't think that they're gonna just let that ride. It's definitely coming, especially if Diddy continues to be in the headline, because that was a good strategy to bring attention to that case as well. Was Diddy being in the media and her as well. Now this week also after that happened, her and your girl JT ended up getting into it. JT is her duo, her other half of the City Girls, and it was also Santana who got into it with JT as well. We did a whole story on that too. Make sure that you go to the videos so that you can get the back and forth tweets that was going on. And Saucy Santana, he had got thrown into the mix too. But I am here to report and give an update that they have seemingly made up, kissed, and moved on with their lives, because now JT is supporting Carisha because y'all know she just came out with a song. It dropped and she was like, "Hey y'all, go listen to my girl song," and she gave the link. In addition to Saucy, he had put out and said that they was able to speak and all is done, and he was seen in like the club or whatever rapping no bars. So all is well in the City Girls town. Is there gonna be a City Girls album? Probably not. Are people thinking that they did this just for clout to bring attention to both of their projects, because Carisha got something going on as well as JT got something going on, because she had posted a picture on her stories where she was like at Capitol Records. So she possibly have some type of deal or collaboration with that record label. So it's giving maybe it was a setup. It's giving maybe they knew how to work the media so that they could run up their numbers and show exactly what they was working on and what they could do financially for a company or for their own business. And y'all know Saucy Santana, he already said that he had um like a project coming out where he'll be talking about some of the hot topics that's going on in the media. So stay tuned for that because it's definitely giving. It could have been a setup, but the girls are back in town. They're a big old happy trio now. Move on. Let's go. Now, before we move all the way on, we still got to talk about Young Miami because she was back in the media again on yesterday because of Deja Doll. So, Deja Doll, who is a rapper, I think from what, Tennessee or somewhere? She's a rapper from somewhere, child. And she is accusing Young Miami of stealing one of her songs. Now, y'all already know, due to copyright issues, we cannot play it. However, it's basically Deja Doll's verse that she said on her rap song that Young Miami took and put on her song, which is uh something about like bitch, I could go live without a filter. Basically, that's what it is. That's what she said. Like, I could go live without a filter. And so your girl, whenever you play the song side by side, it's definitely a stolen bar. But I mean, based off if the whole thing is based off of that one bar. I mean, I don't even think I don't know how raps and stuff go. I don't know if it's a bar or a sentence. I mean, because basically, literally, that's what it is. A sentence like, bitch, I can remove a filter and look good. Let me see if I could. I'm gonna play it for y'all, just because I mean it's just a little snippet. Y'all tell me what y'all think. I don't know. I mean I know that it definitely came from her, but I don't know if it's something that she would have grounds to do so. Basically, Deja Doll wanted to square up with Young Miami, and she was like, "B, come and get this fade because you definitely stole from me." And so that's the issue that a lot of people who are underground and who don't have a big platform, that's what is given. Like you kind of steal from the underdogs, and um, don't give them credit for their work. So here you go. Let's go ahead and play it. So yeah, that's literally it. It's like bitch, I go live without an effing filter. And so, she's definitely mad. And because she wrote it, it's her song. I mean, it's definitely something to get mad off of because again, she didn't get any credit. So she came to the internet and she was like, yo, Miami, you're back to I'll slap you back to your old face before surgery. You might as well catch this. You might as well catch a flight to the hood and catch this fade. Like I told her, she already told the girl she wanted to catch a fade. Career down to the drain. Can't come up with your own ish. So you jock me. You better off just saying that. You better off just saying that you a Deja Doll fan because everybody know where that line come from. At this point, around the industry, X's and O's up, you itches to inspire and I'm not flattered. So Young Miami responded back to her saying, I'm from the hood too. Yeah. Oh, I want to talk like her so bad because she's so funny. Like, I'm from the hood too. Been in the hood my whole life. Just recently got out the hood. I look good without a filter or fillers. I never heard of you or your song before this situation. And you could have reached out to me or handled this differently. And if you inspire people, that should inspire you to keep going and not need to fight. Be blessed and let me enjoy my release date. Ugh. So basically, y'all, um, a lot of times, like I told y'all, Young Miami, she's not a rapper. We already know that. She had people that's writing for her. And so she said that she's never heard of the girl, which is probably true. She said she never heard the song before, which is probably true. And because Young Miami is not a rapper, she don't write her own songs. So somebody probably did hear that and put that in there. And again, that is something that a lot of people say too, is like, y'all know, it be like challenges and stuff. So the girl probably wrote that song based off of, the culture of social media, like, a challenge, no filter or something like that. So the fact that she put that in a song, it does bite off of her. But again, it's not enough to say like the whole song is what the girl wrote and Young Miami just took the whole thing. However, if she reached out to her in private, I don't think that she probably would have been able to get anything resolved, because a lot of times they, want money or something like that, so they don't come out. I don't think she would have given her that. I think that with her coming out and letting it be known, putting it out there, it was able to put some emphasis on her music, or some light to her music, but also let it be known that basically Young Miami didn't come up with this. Moving on, y'all. We're gonna move on and give an update on the P. Diddler and Tyrone Blackburn. Hi to everybody who's coming in. Make sure that y'all drop down in the comments. Let us know that you are here. And I hope that y'all are ready for the giveaway because it's coming up. All right, stay tuned. So here's an update on Diddy. So y'all know that as of late, we reported that his son Christian Combs was being sued by your girl Grace, and so she was a person who was on the yacht as a stewardess, and so little Rod is also the client of the one who is suing Diddy's son. Lil Wright is also the client of Blackburn, Tyrone Blackburn. So right now, Tyrone Blackburn is facing a lot of media attention in a negative way because y'all, he was referred to the grievance court or whatever for a lot of the negative tactics that he's using when he's filing these lawsuits, and is going against the federal rule 11. What is rule 11? So he is being accused of making these lawsuit complaints and stuff so egregious without really doing his due diligence and making sure that it's factual stuff that he's putting out and bringing it to media attention because of the celebrities that he's going after. And he had basically a history of this. So historically, he's going creating these lawsuits. Then, even though they're so egregious and they're hurting the reputation of others, once more information is given about the situation or they respond to the lawsuit, he then goes in and make these amendments. And then the amendment reduces some of the information that was in that previous complaint to be not true, and yet it's already hurt the credibility of the clients and stuff. So he was found guilty of basically bringing all this stuff to the light and using the media to gain sympathy or to use it as scare tactics for the defendants to settle these cases. So that is against Rule 11, which states that basically, as an attorney, you should do some type of investigation to ensure that the information that you're filing and putting out to the courts on the behalf of your clients are actual and true to the best of your knowledge. And if not, then basically you'll be sanctioned because there has to be some level of validity to the lawsuit. You can't just come to the court and make up these fictitious lawsuits against innocent people, right? So Tyrone is like, they're not fake. They're actual real things. Now that could be a tactic because y'all know lawyers, they have strategies in terms of what they do in order to kind of I ain't gonna say like get media attention, but like for in order for them to win cases, like there's certain things that they do. And in his case, he could be doing things like this so that it can become exposed because celebrities are very much so in the spotlight, and they know that if certain brands and stuff hear about these things, and it messes up their credibility and their ability to continue to do business with these companies. So right now your boy Blackburn is not looking good, which makes Diddy a very happy man because now they're able to take this information, this filing and ruling that was based off of Blackburn back to the judge and be like, Judge, see this guy, he puts out fake lawsuits and we shouldn't even basically trust nothing that he say because he's all doing it. He's doing it all for a money grab. Basically, this is his tactic so that these people don't go to court and they can settle because he does have a motive for these people to definitely at least get a settlement because I told y'all I watch the lawyers, so I be knowing what they be talking about. So the thing is if they're able to settle these cases because they get them on contingency basis, if there's validity to them, they're able to, or if they're able to settle. The lawyers get 33 and the third percent if they file, if they're able to basically get the lawsuit settled without having to go to court. If for some reason they have to go to court and they win, then they get more money, the 40%, because of course they've then done more work. So it is very much incentivized. You have an incentive, a motive in order to get 33% without having to go to court. And all you have to do is basically, represent somebody, show them the facts and evidence that you have, and get them to settle. Now, in Tyrone Blackburn's defense, I'm not gonna say that he does this without findings, but y'all know I always say in my videos, baby, he loads up on the receipts, and that's why I think that he does that because even if he has to then go in and amend something, he's had some type of proof that something happened. It may not have happened to the level of the degree that has been explained, but he has something to show that something occurred, and here is the proof. So if y'all notice with his lawsuits that he put out, he's gonna say, here's the picture, and or I actually have videos or I have audio that's going to be played at a later time. So maybe that is why he is able to do his lawsuits like that, because he have so much information that even if it doesn't it seems that he's playing with the courts or appearing to use the courts in a certain kind of way, that hey, you can see based off of here, this is why I took this client, because he showed me the pictures, I asked him the questions, they answered this as such, I looked this up, not going in depth and lifting the shoe up, but basically I was able to look over to the right and I saw that there was a shoe there. I didn't necessarily pick it up, but it was enough, that shoe was big enough for me to see that it was there, therefore something probably was under it, kind of thing. So his tactic, I think, worked, but I don't think that it helps because it's so much information that all of it probably isn't true, but is enough of it so that you can see that something is there, if that makes sense. So Diddy probably right now is a happy man because that means if the judges and stuff are not trusting this man, his credibility is shot. Therefore, any evidence that or any lawsuit that you have against me, it's going to now make me look more favorable. In addition to the public, because if he's able to be seen as a crooked lawyer to the judges, then Diddy's gonna be like, y'all have to know and see that this was all just a money play. He was doing it just off of trying to basically shake me down, shake my pockets down. All right, so y'all, it is now time for the giveaway. Yay! So if y'all already know and have been watching, y'all, this is the month that we are appreciating all of our chatty patty lovers. Now I see that there's some people out there in the chat. Make sure, out there watching, make sure that you drop something in the chat to let me know that you are here, because in order to win the giveaway, you have to get in those comments. Now, there was a word that was put in all of the videos that were uploaded this week, and you have to be able to type that into our chat so that we can you have to be able to type that into the chat in order to enter into the giveaway. And then from there, I'll put your names inside of our random name picker. I'm going to go ahead and show y'all. Oops, wait, let me go ahead and show y'all. Let me share my screen. I did it wrong. Let me go ahead and share. So y'all, I'm gonna share y'all. I'm gonna put y'all names into this random picker so that it can pick who is gonna be the winner. So in order to enter, you have to know what the chat word of the week is from this week video. And oops, let's see. I always hate. Here we go. All right. So y'all, you have to be able to put that into the chat box and enter into the chat room the word of the week so that you can be entered into our giveaway. Now, if no one enters into the giveaway, just like last week, y'all, we have to roll it over into next week. So the way that I decided to do it was go from the smallest amount to the largest amount. I told you I was giving away up to $100 in one giveaway. So the first week was 25. The second week is 50. The third week is going to be 75. So we right now are in week 2. So that's 25, 50, 75, and $100. So that's going to be our 4 giveaways. We're up to week 2, which is $50. But nobody won last week. So we're going to add that to this week. And so y'all was supposed to be voting. Matter of fact, let me go on my YouTube right now to see if y'all voted. Y'all supposed to be voting to let me know if y'all wanted one winner to win double, or if y'all wanted me to give away 2 separate prizes. So I would give away week 1 as well as week 2 on this live. But look like nobody still has entered. So I don't know if that means y'all don't know the words. Y'all have to go looking for them, or if nobody just wants to enter. Now I told y'all it's not gonna be enough to pay a bill, but you could definitely go and get you something to eat. Tomorrow is the weekend. Take out Fridays is the motto. Go get yourself something to eat. Go get you some lunch, some dinner, breakfast, whatever. Um, we're not making you rich. We just saying thank you for watching. But y'all, in order to say thank you, y'all have to enter. Now let me go on to my the community wall to see if y'all voted. Let's see. So one person said double, one person voted and they say double the prize for one winner. So that was the vote, y'all. Double the prize for one winner. Oh, we got 2 votes. I'm sorry. 2 people voted. Double the prize for one winner. So if somebody enters in to the drawing, then one person could win $75 on today. Again, if nobody enters, then we're gonna take that $75 and we're gonna roll it over into next week. We only got 4 weeks. We halfway there. So every week, like I told y'all, I wanted to give away a prize for our chatty patty lovers. And this is the way that, I want to say thank you, because like I told y'all, I am monetized and I'm able to um get money off of the content that is being created because y'all are watching. That's the only way that I can receive money. And so that's why I want to thank you all and do these giveaways. But I definitely need y'all to come in and participate. Y'all come and get free money. And like I told y'all, it's going to be given based off of, via Cash App. So you're going to win it right then and right there. You ain't got to wait. All you gotta do is send me your Cash App name and that in 50 seconds or less. So y'all, I'm giving y'all another minute to enter. Coming into the chat room. Coming into the chat word of the week. Come on, come on. Oh. Come on. Yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed the show. Definitely the updates. It's so much more stuff that's coming out on the next video or live that we do. I want to talk about y'all Ashanti because Joyner Lucas confirmed that they were actually dating for 2 years, and I want to talk about that. And their plans to have a baby together because they actually did talk about having a baby, which y'all know. He also confirmed that she was pregnant. So I definitely want to do a video on that or do a live, but I need y'all to come on in and join me on these lives, y'all. We're going to keep on doing the lives. We're going to keep on showing up, and we need y'all to continue to watch the videos and join in on these lives, y'all. At this time, nobody has entered into the chat. If for some reason y'all watch this video after it has been posted, make sure that you comment and let me know what the chat word is, just to see if y'all been watching the videos. Now, again, the chat word can be said via, me talking, or it can just appear on the screen. It's going to have our giveaway logo, a sign, which is the chat sign, which lets you know that there is a chat word. So, y'all, if y'all are not familiar, make sure that you get into the game. Make sure that you get in and get this free money. Make sure that y'all are heading to the community tab because y'all, even if we're not posting a video, we're always posting on that with the newest trending topics that's happening in the headlines. So y'all, looks like at this moment, no one has entered into the giveaway. So it is going to be closed as of now, but we're going to go ahead and roll it over. So hopefully next week, somebody come on next Thursday at 2 o'clock. We're going to be giving a giveaway. So we're going to carry over this $75 and go into next week. So we have 3 week worth of giveaways. That's going to be a $25 giveaway, a $50 giveaway, and now we're going to add at that moment the $75 giveaway for next week. So y'all, if y'all don't want these giveaways, y'all let me know and I can just go ahead and keep my money. Okay. But y'all, that's going to be all for now because again, no one has entered and it is now closed. I'm going to go ahead and end the live, but make sure that y'all definitely hop in the comments and let me know y'all thoughts on all these different updates. Let me know what you thought about with Jeezy and Jeannie, with Amon and Tiana Taylor. Let me know what you think about Diddy and Tyrone Blackburn. Also, the Young Miami and JT, aka the City Girls, and their beef that they had going on. Do y'all think it was a ploy? Also, the update on Ray J and Princess. Let me know all your thoughts on all those things that we talked about. And that's going to be all for now. And until next time, bye bye.